Yeah, I think I found the new team. This is it. I got Tien, I got Android 13, and then I've got Namek Saga Final Form Frieza. And you're about to see like the work I'm about to put in. It's crazy. Like I was flirting between the line of B4, B5 rank all darn day up until I switched to this team. And then like immediately after this, it's just been dub after dub after dub. So I like jumped from B5 to B2 within like an hour or something crazy like that. So what's really putting in the work is just Tien's going crazy with his combos and his movement. Like he just feels right, especially for a 4DP character. Like he just seems a lot stronger than he should be. And I'm not complaining about that. Like I really appreciate the fact that Tien's actually getting some attention and some love. And what's really putting in the work for this team is both Tien and Android 13 have Wild Sense, and it seems like if you have that in this game, like you're really set up nice, because it just really takes a lot of stress off of having to vanish things by yourself every single time. Because, I mean, it's doable, but how realistic is it that you're going to every single time vanish when you need to? So it's just good to have that extra layer of protection. And then Frieza's just there as that familiarity type character, because it's just I put so much time in on him already, and it's just I know if I need to do work, I can just throw him in there and do something. Okay, so that's like the intro to why I pick these characters and why I'm using them. So now let's get to the gameplay. So already huge red flags coming off because he started off with Hercule, and then now we're getting into Chaozu. Huge red flags because they're very low DP characters, and they're very annoying characters at that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so his strategy is I'm gonna attack you with these low DP characters first, try and wear you down, and then I'm gonna bring in my super strong character like Jiren or one of the fusions. And another red flag over here is just like dude's not playing, I don't want to be rude, but he's not playing that great. So it's like, okay, maybe he's gonna make up for it with really strong characters, because they just really can allow you to not be that good at the game but still do so much damage. I choose to swap out my Tien because he already put in work and took out 2 characters. I'm like, let's try and get him to recover some health and put in some work with Android 13. Now, I really used to think that Androids just weren't worth it, especially before the December patch, but now it seems like it's really nice to use them. Like, now that the game has slowed down a bit, it's not too much of a detriment that they can't charge up ki by themselves. It seems like it's just at any point in the match, I'm going to have more ki than my opponent, and that's just a huge advantage to have in general. Whereas before, it was like, alright, I'm always going to have the least amount of ki because dude's just going to charge, and here I am, slowly regaining my ki compared to them, and there was just no real downside to being able to charge your own ki. See, my Wild Sense really starting to help me out. I dodged that, and we're fighting near the edge of the map, so I know it can get a little tricky or difficult, especially if I'm getting hit in the combo. But instead, I'm doing the combo on him, and 13 has some pretty nice combo strings. Like, I'll find myself getting some decent amount of damage before I do a knockdown or throw somebody down to the ground. So you're probably noticing that I'm using a super rush attack a whole lot this match. And the reason for that is because I'm noticing the guy's using perception a whole lot to try and counter me. So instead, I'm just gonna take the hit and waste his skill points so he doesn't use it on any sort of skills. Like, in all honesty, I could take the one hit, it's not that much damage, and it's just here I am trying to taunt on him because I just like, oh, I'm gonna win. Because right now I know he's not gonna have too much of a strong character behind Trunks if he has another one. Like, he's only allowed 5 characters, and doing all the math, he's definitely not gonna have anything besides another level 4 or lower behind him. So I just decide to swap in my Frieza just to get some time with him. And yeah, it's just business as usual. I'm using my supers trying to catch him off guard or do something, and it's just like, I'm not taking it too serious at this point, which I guess that could have been a problem, because realistically, maybe he could have turned up and taken out 1 or 2 of my characters, but I don't know, I was just having fun with it. And over here, see, that cocky attitude is getting me kind of dirted, but I'm still not worried at this point. The new Vanish Wars, here we go. I charge up. I really try and get that you might die this time off on him, because it's just, it's some decent damage. I like it. And here he goes. He uses that counter again, wasting both his skill points. Right here, I'm going with Instant Sparking because that's one of the huge benefits that Namek Saga Frieza has, both in this form and his next one at 100%. They both have Instant Sparking. I don't really talk too much about the Psychokinesis skill because it's kind of buns. Like, it really makes no sense that using the move seems to take a lot longer than the other character's stunned for. Like, I am stuck in place and the tracking's kind of crappy. Like, you get good super armor for it, but I don't want to stand there getting attacked on for like ages just trying to get this thing out just for it to whiff. So hopefully they get a nice buff on that eventually, but I doubt it. Especially since I think almost every form of Frieza has that as one of their skills, so it seems like a huge waste really. So I didn't talk about it because, I was doing something else, but what I love to do when I swap to 100% form Frieza is I just mash one of the supers because I know he gets full ki during the transformation and you can instantly use a super like right as it ends, so it usually catches people off guard if they don't have experience going against, a Frieza, let alone this form. And I also love both of his supers because they're both unblockable and people really get caught off guard for that. I think just in this video alone, I catch them with the Death Saucers a couple times because people really underestimate the tracking on those and they'll try and sidestep it or dash away from it, and usually when that doesn't work, their next step is, okay, I'm just gonna block it, and it'll just hit them, doing crazy amounts of damage. And it also has the same properties as the Death Beam, where if they get hit by it, they're just knocked out and they won't be able to recover until they just hit the ground. So that should buy you plenty of time to get you enough ki to either do a follow-up or to throw out another super. Now, right here, I'm really just playing with my food. I'm trying to bait him into coming at me so I can just super explosive wave him because I know that's going to win me the game. Now, how am I going to do that? The taunt didn't work, so let's try and charge to my ultimate. Oh, he's going to try and stop me. Psych! Hit him with that, and that's GG's. Such a simple technique, but man, does that work. Anyway, that's the end of the video, so like the video if you like the video, comment, subscribe, and peace.